Hi and welcome to TCM Education. CRCL has been on our watch list since the IPO day. This IPO is like a magnet to traders, investors, day traders, speculants, hedge funds, ETFs, starting from the basically the most important investors in the market, which are the ETFs that are bound to hold positions long term or very long term, and anybody that has an iPhone and is buying through Robinhood 10 shares or 5 shares or whatever he can buy from this high flying stock. Just to spend one more minute on the story, it was IPO'd 2 weeks ago, a little bit more than 2 weeks ago, at 31. The day after, when it opened to the public, it started to trade pretty much at 69, and it didn't look back since. Basically, the day before yesterday, the stock 10x'd and traded almost at 299. So from 31 to 299 in 14 trading days. That's okay. So that's 3 weeks, not 2 weeks. It's 3 weeks of trading, and the hype is unbelievable. And again, why is the stock such a huge success? There are a couple of reasons. A Senate bill that pushed the dollar-backed stablecoin. Institutional traders piling in, a lot of hype, and the result is this unbelievable run. Now, it was clear that at one point it must end, and it ended exactly at the right place at 300. And yesterday we saw another big pullback in the stock. And if we're going to look at the intraday chart yesterday, and obviously shorting CRCL seems to be impossible, or it's most likely impossible to retail traders. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if there are platforms where the stock is available for short. If it was available, one of the best trades or technical trades took place in this stock yesterday, so let's discuss it, because that's our business, with or without the ability to do the trade. So that's the price action, guys, yesterday in CRCL. You can see the stock started with a big gap down and closed the gap. So basically the stock closed the gap here at 265 or 264. I mean, the numbers are just outstanding. This is a stock that's moving $20 in 10 minutes. $20, that's 10% or roughly 10%. So it closed the gap. There are, the technicalities of this stock are pretty much insane to figure out. And any move here in this stock, let me just bring in the view up to see if it fits somewhat. Okay. So that's the price action in the morning. Closing the gap, moving down, spiking up, moving down. So it's clear that the technicalities here are impossible to reconcile with. You need to be, if you are a technical day trader, and that's what we are, the job of finding a good entry point, long or short. Let's say the shorts are available. It's a very tough job. Okay, so if you are a long term in this stock and you're not watching the intraday chart, good for you, because watching the intraday chart is real painful and can lead to impossible moves in very short time. And the stock tends to be also very spready at times, anywhere between 50 cents to $1. And let's put it this way, it's a wild ride. But at one point, you'll see that this unbelievable huge mover takes a breather, and you can see clear support and resistance levels that can be traded, in this case to the downside, which means very few, if any, were available to take advantage of the short play. Obviously, the headline that came about yesterday or the day before yesterday, which was Katie Wood's ARKK selling circle, maybe you should too. That's from Barron's, which is an important Barron's.com, important source for investors and traders. And then there was another headline, Circle 4's AMD is upgraded, Katie Wood buys Coinbase and Robinhood. So if you remember yesterday, Robinhood, we actually had a video about Robinhood moving higher, and we on our watch list today we have Coinbase up at 12%. So the headlines are very important when we're dealing with such high flyers. So Katie Wood is behind Tesla, was behind moves in Tesla and many other important stock, and she was behind the move, I think, at the beginning in this stock as well, when she got on board with a huge position. That was before it was IPO'd, a day before it was open to the public. So let's go back to the chart. Okay, so now let's take a look at what happens here. Okay, guys, let's take a look at this area below the VWAP, and this area when I will immediately sign in with the numbers, so it won't stay as this. Okay, so we have 245. Again, it's very hard to be accurate here. 245. Okay, I managed somehow to do it. Then we have 250, and then we have 245 again, and then we're gonna draw the breakdown level, and another breakdown level, and then we'll be able to talk, and everybody can assume whatever you want to assume, and but this is it basically. This is the setup. So 250, give or take $1. Keep in mind that $1 is basically two seconds of trading in this stock. The stock goes back and tests 245 basically after 10:30, and you can see that it sits here at 245 and then moves higher, and then comes back and creates a bear flag formation above 245. Now, is this the right place to short? Obviously it is, looking back. Okay, so the stock goes down from 245 to 222. That's how much is it? $22. That's 10%, a 10% move. Again, in the morning at least you have huge volumes. This is way more technical, but it's still accompanied by a lot of volume. So the price action here on this short, again, most likely not available to all of us, if not institutional investors may have been able to short. I don't know. I don't know who carries shorts and under which broker you can borrow shorts for this trade, if you can. But that's not the idea here. The idea here is to recognize this pattern and replicate this trade with other stocks, or maybe in a month or two with CRCL. And again, how do you assess the risk when you trade with CRCL? So you can see anywhere between 250 and the VWAP, which is at 251, so it's 249. This $2 channel between the VWAP and this consolidation is something that's hardly ever happens, and you won't be able to see such a tight range for and narrow range 3-minute bars for CRCL. That's one place where you can think about shorting. You can also think about longing, but the price action overall is on the downside. We have lower highs in CRCL. I agree that if somebody will say, okay, I will go along and take very little risk because of the unbelievable daily, yes, you can. Okay, so you're going to lose here. You're going to lose here 1%, which is maybe $2 to $5 on your position. Let's talk percentage-wise. You're going to lose 2%. Again, in CRCL, 2% is nothing. And the other option is to short at 249 or 248 and use the VWAP or the 251 round number. Keep in mind, it's very hard to be accurate here, and this move down basically is built in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no more than 10 3-minute bars. I hope it's clear enough here on the chart. And then the stocks comes down to the next support level, which basically goes down, and this is now a wide base breakdown at 245, because it goes down to almost 1130 and breaks down at just before 130. So more than an hour to an hour and a half here on this breakdown under 245. And you can see the huge pickup in volume exactly at the bar at 245. The volume on that 3-minute bar is more than 1 million shares. And on paper, again, because this is more like a virtual trade, I don't think many people were able to do it. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so let's call it trade. Maybe we'll call it virtual trade. I wasn't even watching, so I don't know what really happened here. Like I said before, I don't think this short is tradable or available to short for many intraday traders. Okay, so, but what we want to see here is the repeat of this type of a pattern where huge wide bars, okay, are turning into tight range bars. It's like basically like the price action is being compressed and compressed and compressed, and once it breaks under this 245 level, the spring is lifted or gets free, and an avalanche of sellers are coming down, and the breakdown is of very clear proportion, and the result is amazing in terms of how fast the movement happens and how big the risk reward is, assuming you are on board with such a trade. And again, things are always elevated when we're talking about CRCL, which is a phenomenon that indeed does not happen very often. It was so far probably the best IPO alongside CRWV this year. Maybe there will be others, but in terms of institutional interest, the way it's trading, the hype around it, the bill in the Senate, the genius bill that's also behind the move in the stock. So all those factors are combining to this into this unbelievable move. Okay, guys, I hope it was clear enough. If not, please leave any comments on in the comments below, and please like and share this super important chart with your friends. Thank you, and see you in our next video.